really like quoting things from movies, but this came to mind after I put up one of the canvases. So, did anyone watch Contact with Jodie Foster? And I ain't nearly as intelligent as she is. Did she go to Yale or something? And well, does that mean a person is intelligent? I don't think so, but I do think she seems to be pretty intelligent, and yeah, I ain't quite up to those standards. But I thought I would show. Yeah, okay to go. Does anybody remember that? Was it when there was like a blast off about to happen or something like that? Okay to go. I don't know. Does anyone remember? Well, that came to mind. I just thought I would say, okay to go. All right. So I just thought I would show what I've done, and I've I had shown some of it, but I'll start. Well, so well, there's the fleur de lis that I moved to get it off of this so that I could put it, and it's kind of nice to have it up there. All right, so now I have that up there. Is it visible? All right, and um, and I have a canvas here. This was what was left in it, and I was gonna try to just put the whole thing as one long strip, but there was nowhere to do that, so I have cut it into pieces, and yeah, I right and left. I'm Many of us are like, well, how many? I don't know. Which way does it go? All right, so here's that again, and now in the hallway I've got a couple of blank canvases over paintings that I feel are more like complete. The one under here is complete, but uh, the one under this one over here, I mean, I kind of think so. All right, so but there's that. All right, and I turned the fan on because I created Garth because I dropped a pen and I did not want him to get it in his mouth. So there it is. All right. So I like I said, used up the whole roll as far as getting things, and I got 5 large canvases. No, you don't, and and 2 smaller canvases. So now what? Well, kind of thinking, waiting, and a person could say this is like a projector screen, and maybe it will, be useful in some way like that, but yeah, so I look around and I look at the ink that I put on myself, and I think, yeah, I'm an artist. I mean, and I will never say I'm a good artist, but yeah, I'm creative, and no one, no matter how creative or not, shouldn't be subjected to harm. And yeah, I'm just, there's nothing that's ever gonna make it okay. Was I pushed to do visual art? No, but I colored in books, and I've got that photograph of painting on newsprint when I was maybe 3, and and I made stuff out of things that would have gone in the trash otherwise. When I was growing up, there were piano lessons. There was viola one year that I got to do instead of piano because I didn't want to. I kind of started having bad experiences early on with piano, but there was dance, ballet and point, and I never had bad feelings about that. And that started when I was a child in Atlanta. Actually, that started when I was a little child, and then it was a little bit on and off. And then after we moved back to North Carolina when I was 15, there were no more lessons. So yeah, I did not get to do those things like governor's school or school of the arts, but yeah, yeah, and I don't know what to say about that. I don't got no prestige. How about that? Does that work in my favor? Well, I mean, it's just it's challenging to stay alive. And I'm going to say that again. You know, the physical impact of isolation, and people are being put through what am absolutely going to describe as worse things with the deportations. That comes to mind first, the being rounded up, solitary confinement and abuses that go on when people are incarcerated, harm to children. There's just so much going on. But and this past 7.5+ years has been kind of within that time frame, even though there was a possible respite for a while, but we've had a decade of real bad shit. But that is not an excuse for people treating each other badly. And yeah, I feel like every day I have to remind myself I did not choose this. I did not choose to be alone, and I have committed no crime. I'm not a criminal. I mean, I'm being treated as though I am, and that is not okay. So, anyway, I'm being treated like I'm not a person, and that is not okay. And anyhow, yeah, well, children who had to work also, there are many different kinds of abuses that likely went on, and so yeah, generational trauma, generational oppression. I think a person could say there is somebody might like to say, no, there isn't. You got this and you got that, and I don't know, what would I want to do? Probably ignore a person like that. But I mean, sometimes it's just not worthwhile to try to help a person learn when they don't want to. But kind of protect yourself and protect people. But anyhow, yeah, well, I just thought I would share that. Okay to go. And yeah, if anyone needs creative inspiration or thinking about getting started on something or getting started on a new part of something, did I say that right? Getting started, if you have something you're doing and there's like another part of it that you are wanting to start on, or you just feel like you've kind of hit a wall as far as where you are with it, I hope that helps.